Okay, we come to question 13, which is as follows. In the following diagram, A, B, C, D, and E are points on the circumference of a circle, center O. Okay, angle ADB is equal to 18 degrees and angle EAD is equal to 31 degrees and BC is equal to CD. Okay, so we can take time and start the diagram. Okay, now once we have studied the diagram, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and answer the actual question, which is find A angle AOD. Okay, so which one angle is angle AOD? So let's identify angle AOD. So EAOD, not AOD, but EOD. This is the angle. Okay, this is the angle. That means we need to find this angle here. Okay, so what property are we going to use to find that angle? Okay, so when we look at this angle, we can see that it is forming a triangle, and this triangle is the base of this triangle is on the chord, which is ED there. Okay, now this chord here, when you look at this line, you'll find that it has got angles. You can see the other angle that is formed, that is in the circumference there. Okay, so this angle we want to find is on the center. Okay, so we want to find the angle at the center. So what property are we going to use? So the property we're going to use is angles at the center, or the angle at the center is twice bigger than the angle in the circumference or at the circumference. So that means the angle EAD is twice smaller than the angle EOD. Okay, so what we're going to do is now we're going to find the angle at the center. Now remember, the property I've said is that angles that subtend on the same chord, okay, the angle that is formed in the circumference or at the circumference is twice smaller than the angle at the center when they emerge from the same chord, like the way it is there. Okay, so what we can do now is we can come up with an expression. Okay, so what we can do is, since we know the angle EAX, okay, if it's EAD, we know the angle EAD, which is 31. So we can say to find the value of angle AOD, so we can say angle EOD, the angle EOD is equal to 2, then angle that is angle EAD. Okay, so that one. So angle EOD is twice bigger than angle EAD. So what you can do now here, we can just say 2, then open bracket. What is the value of angle EAD? Is 31 degrees. So we can say 31 degrees there. Then what you can do now, we just multiply 2 times 31, give us 2 times 1 will give us 2, 2 times 3 will give us 6. So that is 62 degrees. Okay, so what we can do now, we can go where we are supposed to record the answer here and say angle, that is angle EOD. So we can say angle EOD, angle EOD is equal to 62 degrees. Okay, excuse me. Okay, then we come to question B, which is find angle ADE, angle ADE. Okay, so let me just lab these drawings I've made when I was solving for question A. Let me lab those. Now once I've labbed those, now let's study that. I'm not going to lab this, I'll leave it here. Even when you do this kind of calculation, you get the marks, or even when you just state the property, then you can get the marks. But this also demonstrates the same property I talked about. Okay, then we come to B, which is ADC angle. We find the angle ADC. So let's find which angle is angle ADC. Okay, so let's go on the diagram and identify that angle. So angle ADC. So angle, so we start from A is here, then we say ADC. So we want to find this entire angle. Now we know that, let me just see, we know that 18 is already given, part of this angle is already given. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find these two angles. Now remember, what we have here, we have got this line here. I'm sure, let me just lab this part so that we can understand that this is we want to find this angle. Let me just show, we want to find this angle. Okay, so we can see that we have got here, we have got isosceles triangle. As you can see, these two lines are equal by these symbols. We are told that these lines are equal in length, so that is isosceles triangle. So what we can do is, now for us to find the value of that, we can first find the value of this angle, then the remaining we divide it by 2. So we should also know that this line is passing on the center. Okay, so the angle that is formed on a semicircle is 90 degrees. Okay, so that means this angle here is 90 degrees. This angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so if this is 90 degrees, let me just write the word 90 degrees, then the number 90 degrees. So if this angle is equal to 90 degrees, okay, 90 degrees. So what is the value of angle CDB or BDC? What is the value of angle CDB there? Okay, so to find that, what we're going to do is we're going to say 180 degrees, that is the total sum of interior angles of a triangle, minus 90 degrees, then divide by 2. Remember, I'm trying to find the value of angle BDC. Okay, that's the angle I want to find. Then what will be the value? So when we subtract that, 180 minus 90 will give me 90, divide by 2, then 2 into 90 will give me 45 degrees. So the value of that angle there is 45 degrees. Okay, the value of this angle here is 45 degrees. So I'm going to write 45 degrees here. Okay, that is the value. Okay, now once we have found the value of 45 degrees, remember the angle we want to find has got two angles there. So which means what we do is we add 45 plus 18. So what we're going to do is we're going to say angle ADC, angle ADC is equal to 45 degrees plus 18 degrees. Okay, so which should give us 63 degrees. Okay, which should give us 63 degrees. So the correct answer there, we can even record it here. So we can say angle ADC is equal to 45 degrees. Okay, now once we have found that, we can go ahead and give the answers. Okay, now the other thing we can do is, now we go and find the third question, which is we find angle EXD. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to read what I drew on the diagrams. Okay, please, if you are confused anywhere, if you have got questions, I'm here to give explanations. Okay, please. So I'm trying to go also into details, into simple calculations, so that I can show you more on how you can do the calculations. Okay, we come to question C, which is find the angle EXD, which I've also shown you there. That is the angle XED. So for us to find angle XED, what weakness are we going to look at? Okay, first of all, let's see, talk about this triangle. Okay, we have got the triangle OXD. Okay, that angle, that triangle which is in. Let me show you the angle, the triangle I'm talking about. This triangle. Okay, so when you look at this triangle, we found this angle to be 62 degrees. This is the first angle we found, which is 62 degrees, which is double of the angle on the circumference. Okay, so the angle on the center is double of the angle on the circumference. So we found it to be what? We found it to be 62. Let me first draw this. Let me magnify it here. So we have got D here, then we have got X, then we have got O. Then we found this angle to be 62 degrees. So we found this angle to be 62 degrees, and this angle, as you can see, is 18 degrees. Okay, so what we asked is to find, if we can find this angle in this on this diagram. Let me show it with a blue marker here. We need to find this angle here. Once we find this angle, then we can find the angle that is on X inside there, which is by using the property which is angles on the straight line. So it's more or less like this line is extended. So this line is extended, and then we have got also another angle. Okay, but also another angle. Okay, now once we have done that, what we're going to do is now we're going to find that value once we find this angle. So what you can do is you can use the property which is angles in, so the sum of interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. That means we can say 18 degrees plus 62 degrees plus X, the angle we don't know, is equal to 180 degrees. So what we have there, we have 18 plus 62 will give us 80 degrees plus X is equal to 180 degrees. Then what we do is we put like terms together. Then we have X is equal to 180 degrees minus 80 degrees will give us X is equal to, that will give us 100 degrees. So the value of this angle here is 100 degrees. Okay, so now what we need to do is we understand there the triangle is too small, I can't write. That is the neighboring angle to the question, to the angle that we asked, equal to 100 degrees. Now how do we find the value of the next angle? So what we do is, I'm just going to write here below that. Now once we found that angle, so for us to find the value of angle, EXD, let's go down and let me show you how we can find. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use the property which is angles on the straight line. Okay, angles on a straight line add up to 180. So angles on this straight line add up to 180 degrees. So let's go down and then let's find that. So we can say this angle, we are saying that angle, that is angle OXD. So we can say, or we can say angle DXO plus, then we also have that angle which is DXE. So plus DXE plus angle DXE. Okay, these are two angles that are formed on a straight line are equal to 180 degrees. Now we found that angle DXO is equal to 100. DXO is equal to 100. So we're going to say 100 plus 100 degrees plus DXE. Angle DXE is equal to 180 degrees. Then we find the difference. So we put like terms together. We're going to have DXE. Angle DXE is equal to 180 degrees minus this 100 degrees. Okay, so this will give us angle DXE is equal to 180 degrees minus 180 degrees minus 100 will give us 180 degrees minus 100 will give us 80 degrees. So the value of angle DXE is equal to 100. So we can even write here, we can say DXE is equal to angle DXE is equal to 80 degrees. Okay, so that is the answer we can write there. Angle there it is called EXD. Sorry, I've just interchanged the name, so the name should be the way it is. So here I'm just going to lab E and T and then write angle EXD is equal to 80 degrees. Please never mind about the way I've named these angles. It's just the same as there. Okay, so you can see that C is on the center and these D and E have swapped them, but it should be EXD. Okay, so that is the name of the angle there. Okay, so basically that's how you find the answers to these questions. If you have good questions, please you can ask in the comment section. I'll be glad to respond to you. Anywhere where you're not clear, ask me. I'll be glad to respond to you and shed more light on the steps and answers. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you find this video helpful, remember to like and share with your friends.